As promised, Jai Bala of Cash the Chaos joins us on the show. Hi, Jai. Good afternoon. Good to see you. Who's going to win the test today?
Bulls.
Huh?
The Bulls.
All right, let's talk about the markets then. I believe that that you're calling a near-term bottom, and you believe that that price correction is mostly done. We're going to head higher from here.
That's right, Nigel. See, the market's low on Friday the 13th. It is probably ominous for the bears. I already highlighted the possibility last week, and it looks like with today's high of about 25,300 and change, the markets have registered a low at 24,750 and change. So I think the markets are, like I pointed out 2 weeks ago, there's a good possibility that the market could accelerate higher and to record highs by the end of July or maybe earlier. I mean, I would have been happier had the market were able to hold on to the gains somewhere around about 25,200 and 25,300. Around that range, if the close had been there, it would have been far more convincing. But no damage done. That would have eliminated the other possibility of the markets going one more time to the slightly below the June low. In either case, the markets are still headed higher from a 6 to 12 months perspective. As I've been pointing out, I still maintain 29,000 on the Nifty from a 6 to 12 months perspective.
29,000, what a big change, right, Jay? I recall maybe 12 months ago, you were talking about 21,000, which we almost got there. And then from now, you've changed that stance. 6 to 12 months, we could be at 29,000. The bulls will be, buying the pedas and hoping to give it to you because otherwise they were quite annoyed to hear you being very bearish. Got that. But that's what's showing you on the charts. And also with regard to India and England, we got the bulls are going to be winning this contest that's going on. Bulls beat the bears, but India beats England today?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, got it. All right. Let's focus on the Nifty Bank. That's going to be the one that needs to drive higher, right? To take the Nifty higher. Where is that index headed? And also SBI, it's gone through a big time correction, actually. Your take?
Yeah, the problem market has been, the lack of firepower from SBI. And if SBI manages to take out 835, then that will give an impetus for the banking sector because ICICI and HDFC Bank have done their jobs. But interestingly, from the PSU space, Bank of Baroda and Punjab National Bank are looking interesting more than SBI. SBI's structure from the April-March low isn't that encouraging. So that's the reason I'm waiting for 835 to get crossed. But these are not heavyweights like SBI. So yeah, we need SBI for the banking index to perform well. The resistance comes at about 58,500, 58,900. For that, definitely, SBI shouldn't fall, and maybe a little bit of help from HDFC Bank will be welcome.
Okay, so that's a take on the financials. Jai, hi. So since you're retaining your bullish perspective, 6 to 12 months, 29,000 Nifty, what else apart from financials? I mean, what else is looking good? Reliance was showing a little bit of promise, a couple of days back. Today it's a little down. But where else should we be looking in the large cap space at least?
Yeah, you have to maintain focus on capital goods, autos, and probably real estate. They are doing quite well. If you look at the price structure for these three sectors, if they were to cross the June high, I think the high was on the 14th or 16th of June. I think that once that's crossed, the markets will automatically rally much higher. And these are bound to rally quite well. But the problem pocket has been IT sector. IT sector, needs, it can be interpreted both ways. It's a bit ambivalent. I want TCS to cross 3550. If that manages to do it, I think most of the, or even the little bit of niggling worries that have for the markets, those will disappear. And so, so when to your pointed question of large caps, I think capital goods, real estate will continue to do well, and cement space also likely to do well. And I have two calls today, one from the mid-cap space, one is Cummins, again from the capital goods space. It's had a nice pullback, stop loss at about 29.72, and I'm expecting it to reach 52-week highs past 4,100. And Hindustan Copper is a short-term call. It should not print 230, not closing basis. It should not print 230. As long as it managed to do that, there's a short-term bump up potential for about 305.
Okay.
Got it. All right, Jay, I wanted your call on gold as well as crude. Both those two assets are quite interesting. Crude didn't run away the way it should have, or the way the market would have thought it would, post this geopolitical issue that played out. Where do you see that one headed now that it's cooled off so much? And gold actually hasn't rebounded in that sort of a manner. Some were calling for 3,500 sooner rather than later. That didn't happen. But is the structure still positive?
No, see, I've been calling for silver to outperform gold in the short term, and that's done. I think even that has come to an end. 37.5 was my price objective, and on London fixing of silver, I came very close to it. I think the decline from there is looking like start of a reversal for silver, and outperformance is probably done. And if gold were to drop below 32.45 on the London fixing, I'm anticipating both gold and silver to correct quite sharply. Silver to about $28, gold to about $2,700. But that will be a medium-term buying opportunity. But the short to medium term, we're likely to see the precious metals head lower. When it comes to crude, fundamentals were calling for $120 if the Strait of Hormuz were closed. But I had called an aggressive short call on both the crude varieties last week, and it's dropped 10% from yesterday's high. So it's a bull trap, and I'm anticipating Brent to go back towards $55 that it registered in April, and then it will probably begin a major uptrend that lasts about 1 to 2 years.
Okay, all right. Good talking.